Hey guys, it's Sarah with Find Your Strong with Sarah, and I just wanted to go live today to talk a couple more details and specifics about intermittent fasting and ways that you can maximize your fat loss through specific eating windows and specific windows of time in which you don't eat. So generally speaking, I want to talk about 2 or 3 ways to get started with intermittent fasting and how it works and who it is for and who it's not for. So generally speaking, I like eating windows of 10 hours for women and eating hours of 8 for men. The reason why I like a longer eating window for women is it helps with hormone regulation and general fat loss for both people is best achieved in those fasting windows. So that's the first thing. The second thing is macronutrient content is super vital when you're doing intermittent fasting, because if you do not ensure that you get the right amount of protein, fat, carbs in your diet while doing fasting, you actually can undermine your workouts and the whole purpose of why you're trying to fast, which is to build muscle and burn fat. So if you're not getting the proper amount of macronutrients, what happens in a fasted state is your body's going to start tapping into its stored protein, muscle, and it's going to start breaking them down. What we want is the body to tap into its fat stores, and so we need to make sure that we're giving ourselves proper amount of protein and carbs and fat, and then staying in the fat burning zone in the fasted window so that we tap into the fat. Another really critical point and part of intermittent fasting is that your first meal normally contains a decent amount of protein. So we need to break our fast with about 800 to 1,000 calories around 10 to 12, depending what time your fast is broken. And we need to break that with a good 80 grams of protein. On intermittent fasting, I recommend that everybody eats at least their body weight in protein and more than likely, but at least you need to be eating your body weight in protein. So a 10-hour fasting, a 10-hour eating window for women, an 8-hour eating window for men. You need to make sure you're eating your body weight or more in protein. The first meal of the day needs to be high in protein, carbs, and fat. You need to be tracking your calories a little bit. So this is something that is going to help you determine if intermittent fasting is for you. Because if you don't want to count calories, if you don't want to keep track of them, then I would not recommend doing this. Because you need to be making sure that you're eating on workout days a little bit more than your maintenance calories for the day, and on non-workout days you need to be eating less so that you actually can burn. So you need to have a way of tracking your caloric intake for the day. And again, if writing down your calories, even generally, I'm not general speaking, 2,800, 2,700, not 22, 25. Generally speaking, you need to keep a grasp on the amount of calories you're eating for the day to ensure you are getting enough, and then to stay within healthy ranges. It's all about staying healthy. This is a super healthy way to adapt your eating if you know what you're doing. That leads to my next and last point. This is not for everybody. I would not recommend any of my clients start intermittent fasting as a lifestyle to achieve their physique goals of maximizing fat loss while maximizing muscle gain. I would not recommend anyone to do it if I had not witnessed and seen firsthand their ability to manage their diet normally. So they already have a really good track record with eating whole unprocessed foods consistently. They know sources of good protein, lean protein, complex carbs, simple carbs, good sources of fat, and they can manage eating healthily in a way to support their workouts on a day-to-day basis. So at the fundamental level, that is what I require. I don't require, because I don't require anybody to do this lifestyle. Fundamentally, that's the basis of the knowledge that needs to be at hand before implementing this kind of nutrition into your life. So I just wanted to jump on really quick and go over a couple of those things, because I've been receiving a lot of questions about people wanting to know specifics about starting IF, who's it for, who's it not for, et cetera, et cetera. So hopefully this cleared up all your questions. If you have any more, feel free to comment on the post on this video, or click on the blog link in the description, send your questions to me via email, and I'll get back to you. All right, thanks.